Hello, everybody, and welcome to. Wow, that is a nice pop stat. Welcome to the Civ 3 Modern Tournament, the Cton. This is Game 4, guys. Welcome aboard. That is a ridiculous pop. That is disgusting. I can't believe you pulled that off. Anyway, so the way this works is that we had some issues with scheduling this week. One player just could not make any games this week, so we're having two subs this game. So for the subs, the game is just a normal ladder game. So those subs are Zdatis and Cheese. They're not competing for tournament points. It's just a ladder game to them, and obviously they want to do as well as possible so that their competition gets as few points as possible. Yeah, I've told them not to play to win. Don't play to make particular people lose. If you want to play as hard on them in the tourney, and since we can see everything, we can trust that they'll do that, I think. Yeah, the one other thing was Reaver got Civ bug. This is Japan from the previous games. Japan from game 1, Japan from game 3, was it? Yeah, this is them. So they're in this game. Okay, and we have a new round of maps for week 2 of the tourney. So yeah, Carlot, Rabdag, Battleship, Obi, aka Muhammad, and Reaver are fighting for their tournament lives. Carlot and Obi and Rabdag have easy times getting to playoffs. It's a bit of a more difficult road for Battleship Reaver, and Carlot's about breaking even. We'll see if he can do okay here. So that's the state of the tournament right now. Now, let's do a full-on government check. So we have Indonesia playing as order. We have Pakistan playing as order. USSR playing as equality. Reaver playing as equality. Not sure how much I like that. You can't get the Canal City for one. Oh, Canal Cities. You got to go for the meme cities, of course. Because, with the slow workers that equality has, how on earth are you going to chop this marsh? That'd take forever. Okay, so equality, order for Saudi Arabia, tradition for Nigeria, equality for EU, this battleship, order, like we said, order, and equality. So we got no freedoms. That's pretty typical for a Cton, to be honest. Wow. Was that a pop? Huh. Well, congratulations on the pop, man. Looks like we're going to have a few pops these games. This game. And yeah, what a rough start. Yeah, 4 pop for Islamabad already, and then Lahore. There's gonna be 2 grand. With this land like this, there's gonna be 2 grands. He's not even coastal in his cap, so he can't punish that with a quick boat. Unless he slaved it right now in his cap and in Surabaya. That doesn't seem very likely. You'd have a lot of threat there. But I think, well, Pakistan just double slaves militia, and then you got nothing, right? Canal Shenanigans south of Lahore. I mean, you could do a double canal city. You could do one here, I guess. Could also do that and that if you're a maniac. This also gives Pakistan control over the choke point here. I don't like to do single tile choke points. The double tiles work a lot better, I find. They give some option for counterplay. And yeah, let's check out other people. So it's interesting how he spawned right next to the game. Why is he so far behind? He wouldn't slave anything here. That wouldn't make any sense. He did 1 worker. But he should be at least as par. Wait, so he's 4. Okay, yeah, he's on par with Pakistan. That makes sense. Yeah. Okay. Is this a double chop? Is he double chopping into Brussels, or is he double chopping his gran in Vienna? Either way, he's got 1 per turn in Vienna. Or, sorry, he doesn't really need 1 per turn right now because he still has to slave the granary. And when you slave the granary, it brings you back down to 1 pop. And at 1 pop, unless you have a deer, you're not going to be growing 1 per turn. So it's okay to delay the worker moves of irrigating the cow for that reason. So yeah, if he double chops the gran, I guess that's okay. It's an interesting build. And I like double chopping factory and cap. I think, unlike the other game, European Union actually might be in a position to get away with it here. So up in this direction, we have Nigeria. Yeah, so this is like a big circle right here. With a million different, you could canal here, you could canal here, you could canal here, you could canal anywhere here. A bunch of places here. And you can canal down here, and there's a little tail attached to the big circle in the middle of the map. Yeah, so this is a way I found. I think that this will make it so that even though people don't spawn like right on top of each other, we'll have guaranteed conflict because they will know where the other people are. But yeah, with the two pops, I can't believe he got away with that. I think everybody just planted their first two cities very quickly, and so there was the chance of the city pop. Normally, with maps like this, the enemy will steal your hut before you have the chance to pop a settler, unless it's like somewhere like right here where it's like tucked in a corner where you can maybe bodyguard it. We're seeing Cheese right now cutting off exploration from the east. Of course, you could always go around. And it looks like Battleship actually has popped a city here. I like this spot for where to... Yeah, you got plenty of res, man. What are you talking about? Yeah. So yeah, we have 3 pops this game. Now, for most civs, this wouldn't be particularly useful. It'd be a pain in the butt to a cons map. Nah, why would you think this was cons? There's long, snaky things. Yeah, I was considering doing a Pangea map for one of the maps, but no, that's not the case here. Anywho. Yeah, I would have planted here. He's a quality 2. So quality, they get the 2 shield airports. That's why you see the little plane logo in both of these cities. So I thought that maybe he could airlift right into here and start pressuring Rabdag. Not really battleships style, though, for reasons that are too detailed to get into on the stream. Okay, but yeah, I like the mix of governments. I like how we see some gold rushing and some rushing governments. And for once, this game is not dominated by equality. We have a couple of quality players, but they're not the majority. The plurality belongs with order, and I believe you see the triple order down here. Okay, now Zdad is of course this is by far the best pop of the bunch, I'd say. Yeah, this is fine, I guess, but he is probably our front runner from a technical standpoint. Keep in mind though that he isn't the center of the map-ish. He can be boated from 3 different angles. So he'll have to play carefully. So he needs to be able to convert his lead, not give away openings, because when you pop a city, you have more targets for them to land. So don't give any openings, but also don't turtle too much that you give away your lead. There's a way to walk that middle line. Okay, great. Everybody getting to drafting size now. And if I'm not mistaken, we're probably going to see some factories. I think nobody here is really in immediate danger of being boated. I guess if Reaver somehow figured out where Indonesia was located, then maybe that would be a good play for him to go for. But no, he's actually only coastal in his cap. So maybe not. Yeah. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see everyone except maybe Obi go factory. Now, it looks with these plants here, I like the plants, kind of looks like Zdad is winding up to chop out a factory, or at least use those chops towards a factory. We'll see if that's the case. What I would have preferred is him eroding south. It depends, but he can do both, really. Unless he thinks he's super liable to get boated here. Okay, so Pakistan. This is Pakistan from the other games, the sub player here. Yeah, there's the factory, the start on the factory. I think ideally I'd like to see him not mine this until he plants and chops the forest, because you can only plant from chop forest once per tile. And in Karachi, just keep on doing workers until you have the factory. Slaving's also an option, but I would slow play it here. Oh, you know, I actually do really like... you could probably do the barracks in one turn if you do. So I like slaving here. We see 2 workers from Indonesia. They do have the asset of that deer in the second city. Deers are great tiles. Take a few tile moves to improve the tiles, but order is very good at tile improvements. With the 300% worker speed workers. Yeah, I don't like this library. So this is a mistake. This is such a mistake. It's so common for order players. Library is shit for order. Guys, it is 2023 now. You should know this by now. So library scales off base tile yields. If you're going order, you're probably using the happiness slider a lot. You're probably not using the science slider that much. Yeah, like freedom looks to run as low as possible in the happiness slider, but order does not. Order, if you want to play to your strengths, you probably want to draft a lot, maybe play aggressively, and run the happiness slider pretty high if you need to. So you don't get as much from the science slider that way, and you just have low base commerce, right? For one, you probably choose the government if you are in a situation with low base commerce, like with no river and then not a lot of commercial tiles. And this is the case here, aside from the oil and the tobacco and one from the horse. There's nothing. There's no bonus commerce. Yeah, and then on top of that, you don't have the commerce bonus. Like, that's the big thing, that you don't get the commerce bonus as order. So tradition, and even if you're running the same sliders and you have the same land, tradition and freedom will get more out of the library than you get out of it. Yeah, there's just a million other things I'd rather see instead. There's some situations where if you have a bunch of worker moves, you can double chop it. I'm wondering if that was the case here. If he spawned on this tile, it actually might have worked out that way, that he could have double chopped it. Because he doesn't need the worker moves urgently here, because he already has 5 food per turn. Look at that beautiful tile. And he's starting to draft. Grabs the explorer, okay. So that's good for both civs generally. Oh, rough go, buddy. Planting coastal south. Wonder what he's working towards. Now, Battleship is walking this all the way home. I don't like this at all. I guess maybe he's thinking I'm greeting at home, and so I'm not gonna do anything that would be too much of a liability here. But you just, like, you could have had a granary in that city by now if you just planted it on the spot. You could have airport gran, and now you're gonna have to plant somewhere awkward anyway because of the barbs. You better be spam click 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 BBBing. Yeah, at least this is arguably better land than this. Although the rubber would have been nice. Yeah, I guess he'd need 2 drafts in there to guard against. I guess Nigeria could punish him because, like, if Nigeria like puts a galleon here. Now you can't boat this city. This is, yeah, this is 2 tiles in land. You can't boat that as Nigeria. Yeah, he could just keep his tiles here, and then or the partisans there, and then if Rabdag boats the city, he just reinforces because he's got a turn to figure it out what he's doing. But maybe he doesn't want to draft at all. Okay, well, he's gonna lose an explorer too. He just lost his fucking settler. Okay, Battleship, if you're watching this, click, 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 BBB on the keyboard, and you plant. Not a great plant. Oh my, okay. Reaver's working on cities. He is greeting. He does not want to play this cautiously. He is being bold. Other enemies are at drafting size, but he's like, no, I just want to be building cities. And I think he's going to get away with it too. We'll see. I don't think he sees the border of everyone here. Yeah, he thinks this is just a blank, empty map to him. He doesn't see what we see, that there are 2 enemies right on his doorstep here. And I guess one way over here. Interesting. Already the troop ship from Saudi Arabia. I wonder if there's anything in that. I think it would be a bit early. Maybe. Okay, let's do our factory check. Might as well test this out. Good. That's not how you check for factories. EU and Nigeria. So these war decks are great. Like if someone declares war on you, you get happiness, and they get the explorer. That's actually good for both parties. One gets free happiness, and the other gets the explorer, which you can just put in someone else's land, and they take it, and then you get free happiness from the war deck. Oh, this is a pain in the ass. No, you're just gonna go in the city. Like, I'd probably rather go into Yekaterinburg, I think. I don't know. Depends how much production you have here. In Novosibirsk. Okay, but anyway, we'll check USSR. We'll check Reaver. That was Japan from our previous games, as a reminder, people. I'll put this, and he's just doing settlers. That is disgusting. Please, please, for the love of God, punish these players with this bullshit. No, like a little, like getting this was fine. Just get your buildings. You're lucky you didn't lose that. Let's see if he knows the click, 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 BBB. Anyway, solid macro opening from Cheese. Let's ask him. Pop, pop, pop. You probably could pop here. I just planted a city. Reaver's got 4. No, you cannot. You would have to. I guess that's our answer. If you just walked it here, you 2. Oh yeah, you could probably still take a city, man. Yeah. But the average on the map where there's 2 players with 2. But there's 2 players with 4 also. This wasn't out yet. So I think you actually could have popped a settler, interestingly. Okay. I like how he's planting along the interior of this coast. He doesn't know that there's not really anyone east of him, but if he did, or sorry, or that there's not really anyone west of him, but if there was, they can't really boat him. And at this point, all he has to do is scout east and scout north with a boat. Like you could put one here and then one here, and then you'd pretty much see if anyone would be able to boat you. So I like that. Looks like Cheese might actually ironically swing around here and punish Reaver. Yeah, don't say, oh, I didn't find anyone in the first first 3 turns of sending out my boat. I guess the boat wasn't a good play. No, man. If we've learned anything from this tournament, it is that there is never a turn that it is too late for people to leave cities undefended. Just like turn 40, turn 52, there will be empty cities. What's the turn limit? Turn 58? Yeah, turn 57, the cities will be empty. So, believe in yourself. Anyway. So, factory is good to check for. Saudi. Now, I'll say as the slaving civs, it's probably a little easier to get because you can just slave if you need to. Can be kind of awkward for the non-slaving civs. Okay, fucking in cap. Don't do library in cap is shit if you are order. Guys, it just plus 50% on nothing is still nothing. Please don't go for this terrible build. Just like get your early, just straight do factory, do your barracks, do units, get some presence on the map. Harbor offshore. Boats, just build a boat. Yeah, like a library is like 80% of the cost of a boat. If you just put your explorer in the boat, go take huts, you'll probably get a settler if you don't have a lot of cities for one. You'll deny stuff from other people. You probably get more gold than you would have got out of gold value from the library. And then on top of that, at the end of the day, yeah, you get the declarations of war, right? That's a ton of happiness. The way it works is plus 25% happiness in all of your cities for every declaration of war you get on you. That's a lot. Okay, this is some passive play from Zdad. Don't do this. Like you got your, as soon as you had like a couple drafts, start roading other places. He needs to contest Prio. Like he's just given up. Like he could have zoned Obi off of this coal completely if he just had this road going south. Please do not give up these hills. I would even double plant. Having two together on the front line can be a bit of a liability sometimes because you're offering two potential cities for the enemy to target. But in this case, like, the enemy can't go around you, right? Like, they can't flank you, they can't try to cut your roads. They cannot get past your two cities. So that gives you just such a massive advantage that they don't have, that it's worth it. And then one that's on a hill, right? That it's worth having to guard two cities. And you might be like, oh, but what if they go navally around that to the west or to the east? Well, you have the canal then. You can rotate your boats. They're just stuck on one side. In fact, he literally cannot build on one side. So you can land him from this angle, but he cannot land you if you secure those canals, which is a big if at this point because he is not... Like, look, what are these roads? You're just building on top of yourself. Road him. I guess, like, he's roaded literally every time. Like, we saw this at a Subaru in the first game where, like, he had a chance of, like, two equal tiles, right? Two plains tiles, or, like, a plain and a grass. Same improvement time if you're order. And he just chose to, like, improve this one instead of that one. When it's like, this one gives you mobility in that direction, this one does not give you any mobility. And the tiles are otherwise equal. Take the mobility. But in this case, he literally has every single fucking tile roaded. So it suggests to me that, like, this is, like, roading Obi is the last thing on his worker priority list, which it really should not be. I would be chopping more stuff out before I prioritize that. Like, chop out a CCTV and let Karachi if you have the extra worker moves. Or road Obi. Jesus, like, you know how Obi plays. You know every single fucking game how Obi plays, and you're letting him play that way. Look at this. Look at his cap. We're going to see this. He might not even be wartime right now, despite being order. So Jakarta, hospital, factory, library, barracks, experiments. What the fuck? Stop! There's 2 units in there. Just boat him. and he's forward planning you. You're giving up prio. You have a pop. You have res. Useful res. Well, he has res now too. Oh my god. Yeah, you just let him. This is catastrophic. Like, if he plants up on you, like, your next city spots are in the jungle or in the marsh. This is not good. Like, no matter what, you will have one border with Obi. Shit. Damn. Pain in the butt. Yeah, like, no matter what, inevitably you will have one border with Obi. Do you want to be expanding out this way and making it a pain in the ass to defend, or you want to be expanding south and then have more core cities? No. This is such a passive... Oh my god. This is the most cowardly chicken poop plant that I have ever seen in my lifetime. What are you doing? That gets you 0 tiles. Oh, if you get the border expand, you get the oasis. If you plant the hill, you get the oasis. And the cow. And the wheat. And a city in Obi's face. Oh my god, okay. So, Australia getting on the map, but sadly, Cheese has beaten him to the huts. Cheese has also lost a worker. I think that was preventable. Okay, battleship. Guys. Naked, boat him. Naked, boat him. Just boat people. Just literally. You have seen it. We have seen the entire screen. It has been established. The good play is to boat people. Look, there's 2 units in Bandung. I guarantee it. 2 units. I'm sorry, if there's 2 and there's 2 in his cap, then I think he does, probably holds there. Unless you, like... No, there's 1. Okay, fuck that. Or boat the infantry, cut the road, and then take the city. God. Okay, he's still ahead. He is still ahead. God, he's... If he gets, like, a size 15 city and starts 1 per turning... I guess there's the heli threat here, but no, it's not that bad. You have infantry. At least walk some infantry at him, man. Okay, a Reaver is having to switch his playstyle a bit. Now, in library in the cap is a bad idea. In the second city, is actually like it because you get the border expand. If you just want the border expand and nothing else, yeah, sure, get library. So something like library in Leningrad, if you're not going to plant the cow, just take the library and that's fine. Or if you're just like going wartime next turn, just grab the library for score. In cap, we've established this cultural buildings don't do too much for the score. You'll probably get it anyway. Sorry, there is one exception, I'll say, and this actually might sadly apply in Obi's case, despite being in a hard 1v1. Hardish, medium. Sorry, the exception is that if you do the library, the university, and the stock exchange, the combination of that chain, it gives you a lot of happiness, because library is 1 happy, university is 2, and stock exchange is, research lab is plus 50% on top of the science bonus. And they all give culture, or I'm not even sure about the research lab, but at least the university gives culture. So in that case, at that scale, you kind of do benefit. Like, first of all, you have enough happiness to run your sliders low, and then because your benefit is concentrated, it's like comparative advantage type thing. At that point, it starts to be worth it to like join a bunch of workers into the city, get a super high pop cap, and then just teching 100%. It's not great. It's not as great as it would be if you did that as, say, tradition. But often you can do it. It's safer to do that as order. So we'll see if he has gone for the university and the stock, the research lab. I'd say at least the university. One thing is, okay, I hope to God you are 1 per turning partisans and not 1 per 2 turning the infantry. If I see, oh my God, quantity of units wins games. Why is there a vet here? Like, if you're worried about the city, just don't plant the shit city. What? Plant this. This is not shit. That's shit. God. Okay. Battleships has just on top of the rubber. Okay. Rabdag not going for, just playing defensively here. He's got this flexed unit. And it's a little harder to get factory if you're tradition. Let's see if he's pulled it off. Oh, he's actually going Hydro Lab. Okay, this is a decent build. He can, I'd say he could 1 per turn bombers, but he actually doesn't. What the fuck would he need bombers 1 per turn for? Nobody's in range of him. Okay, God. Let's see. No, Pakistan. No, don't do this to me, Stat. You. Oh my God. That better be a CCTV. If that's like a pre-build on a CCTV, that's the only way you could redeem yourself here. Quantity of units wins games. Always, guys, militia per 1 is better than partisan per 2. Infantry for 2 is way worse than partisan per 1. Quantity of units will win over quality. Okay, so here comes Saudi Arabia. Probably going to get baited by these borders again. Or maybe he'll run in. If he goes here, he had the vision of the worker. So something to watch. Kind of interested in Australia, though. He got a pop, too. I think you think you're that's what you think you're doing. Okay, hydroplant. Okay, so he's behind Rabdag despite having the pop. His secondary cities are arguably better though. No, Cton looks great. Yeah, I think Rabdag's just despite the disorders, playing a little better. Rabdag has better land though. This is not great. He's alone. Yeah. Well, he found the right tile. Oh, you're not getting into that. Let's see Surabaya. It could have killed his king, actually. Okay. What did Pakistan do? But like CCTV, it does something, but it's like, what is it that you need it to do? Oh, he's doing his one. Okay, this is fine. Sorry for freaking out, man. Shouldn't have doubted you. It's okay. Although you can see how like this tight city placement here is fucking him, because all of his cities are just scrambling all over each other. Like, buy some propaganda. God, the double mountain mine before he's roading. Like, okay, Prio. Jesus, get Prio as order. As order, if you're in their face, you win. If they're in your face, you don't win. And as order, if you don't win, you lose. You want space as order. That's not always true. Order's good at turtling too, but don't turtle if you don't have to. Okay. Looks like he was forced to draft there, is that? So, I think he's one per turning the infantry. He is actually, no, he can. He can one per turn the infantry. We'll see if he does. I think he just drafted. Oh, no, he will grow and he'll get it. He does have the university. Okay. Kind of like the build from him. And Pakistan is now falling behind. So Pakistan will be behind in resources. 3 resources secured, and then no contest on this. Pakistan has 3, but yeah, 2, and then he should be able to get this. Although Cheese might contest this. Cheese has iron. And what else? Cheese just has iron. Yeah, Cheese just has iron. There's more here on this island. Oh. Yeah, so he has to fight for this aluminum. And he can just plant this hill. Swoop in. Using the infantry. I wonder why he's sending it to him, but not to okay, finally he sends some infantry. Yeah, like, okay, this is being cleaned up. I wonder if he's going for subcrews. Oh, wait, he does have the rubber, actually. He's got a lot of... I take back what I said. He's got plenty of res. Yeah, so we'll do SF subcrews. Lovely build. Lovely build. I don't know what techs he has, but with the O experiments, you can get both. Okay, there we are. He does a factory, right? 1 per turn skirm. That's nothing to sneeze at, man. That's good. University, library. Okay. Battleship is online now. Nobody punished him. She's got a lot of vets. Now he's setting up naval prio here, but who does he want that on? And what's he doing? If I was him, I'd probably do market, research lab. I'd keep doing buildings if I was him. There's no reason not to. Like, you're still safe. Okay, Pakistan. What are you doing with this boat? God. I hope you at least got the declaration. If he declared war on you, then that's fine. Like, you got some info. If you declared war on him, man, that's not a good trade. 30 shields, and then... Yeah, like, you baited him to build something. Congrats. There's 5 other people in the game. Okay. Good, you at least have this mountain. I don't know why. I guess OB was scared of getting landed, but he should have secured the mountain. Good, like, take your units out. Like, draft, literally, okay. You guys, we need, like, a fucking standstill. If you're playing order, don't play order if you're not drafting every turn until you have 5 units in the city. Okay? They're just free. They are free units. You're going to run out of tiles if you try to keep growing here. So you might as well just keep drafting. There's no happiness penalty because you have military police. Anyway, I like Rabdeg's build. I'll say that he is behind in score. So the top scorers right now are not actually the 2 people who popped, interestingly. Carlot with the border expand, and Reaver, who went for 1,000,000 cities, but then slowed down. And he is completely stabilized here. If anyone lands these, he can just airlift. I guess seeing Cheese probably spooked him. So Cheese spooked 2 players, which is not nothing. Okay, yeah, now's the issue, right? Because now you're getting infantry in your face. So if you don't send units at them, they send shit at you, and shit gets worse for you. Right now, it is not too late. You see this, put one here, put two here. Draft in Lahore and do that. Raise your happiness slider to 100% if you have to. I know you don't, but if you did, it would be worth it. And if you really want to win the combats, put a radar tower there. What? Is the same two partisans? Did they just get back in the boat and go fuck off? Okay, I'll say people are playing more respectfully this game. Yeah, pretty much. Okay, the greed has stopped. That's interesting. Everyone who was like, they're still punishable because you can tell these cities only have like one unit in them. Not so much actually. Like these guys can airlift. Like this could get marined, obviously. Now this is punishable, but he's alone and he's knitting Christmas sweaters with the elves in Santa's workshop right now. That's how far north he is. So not especially likely he'll get punished. I see why he's doing what he's doing. Now, if you do the temples here, I would draft. Yes, good draft. That's why you get the cities to size 7. Quantity of units wins games, guys. Okay. Looks like he will safely secure this aluminum. And now at this point, things get a little tricky for Pak. Not really. Just with these, like he can't do max. What can he do? Like, what kind of advanced units can he do? Could he do subcruise plus with that? Oh man, he can do subcruise plus. No, he doesn't have well. Oh, that'd be great. Just do, like if he had a plan, like a specific one unit he was working towards, I would actually be sympathetic towards um just turtling, right? I think Opie actually doesn't have any. He doesn't get SF here, which will be a big power spike for Zdat. But I'm wondering if there's some later power spike that he'll get. Tanks. He'll get tanks. Battalion. Also his subcruise. This is nothing. He gets Chinook actually, but you can't. Okay, and you can put the cruise missiles in the Chinooks, I guess. I was gonna say it doesn't really unlock any good non-land units. Because with Chinooks, what you really want is... Now, an interesting play would be Chinooking this specific tile. I guess it doesn't work anymore. Yeah, like he's... What's he doing in his cap? Did he not go wartime? I think he joined workers for... No, he's Bradley Perturning. Yeah, he just joined workers for Bradley Perturn. So he's wartime. He played towards a specific power spike. He unlocked the power spike. He has the wonder. And now he's just going to roll you over with Bradley's. Because you let him, right? You could have had the good defensive position. And now you're going to have to... I guess you still have defensive position, right? If you just guard these two, but you're going to have shit land. And then, like, you're going to overextend in these directions. And then Cheese is going to collapse on you. And Reaver's going to collapse on you. Like, you do have the better... Look at this. Look at this. Now look at that. I'd much... Like, this is +2 food, +2 food. Deer, sugar, oasis, more incense. Yeah, I'd much rather have this land. But the positioning gets tricky. Looks like you want to combat. Cheese boating south. Did he get back in the boat again? God, man, just go to Rab. Okay, look, let's look at Lahore. If there's not 5 units in there, man. Like he's gonna get run over. That's what's gonna happen. Gonna get run over by tank per turn. And he's gonna be like, oh, I just didn't have enough units. And then he could draft one more time. No, draft one more time. You got plenty of happiness, draft more than that, or slave CCTV. Nuke sub's an interesting option. That's not a new city. Yeah, like if you sat here, here, that's a really good position. Get some cities there, get some partisans, defensive bombard. Good luck attacking tanks into that. In an 8-player game, your tanks are going to get shredded to pieces. Oh, it is a new city. Did that make it? Don't think so. Okay, battleship just lazily. No interest in prio over cheese. Like this would be a great city if he could, and he can get it. Um, this for SF per turn. What's Rab doing? Um, this is supposed to be your iron, dude. Like it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 away. Just like put an explorer on it to stop him from airdropping it at least. Like with the pop, I could see if he'd lost that, but the pop just died. It was cost him unit support, and that's it. With 2 boat COT. No, he's turtling too much for this to work. Okay, if you're gonna turtle, also do propaganda. Propaganda's good. And slave it. Like slaving is a good deal. It just the unhappiness doesn't last that as long in modern. It's like 13 turns or something from slaving. It's a little bit more from drafting. Oh, he actually airbase. That's interesting. He airbased the aluminum. Hitting Budapest. Heli. It must be Heli. Was he out killing barbs? Well played. That's his. Yeah. Yeah, just do 2. I like doing 2 helis. Did he run into a sub here? What happened? Okay, Australia reaching out for some res now. So Australia's res is just oil, and then he's got aluminum that he can probably get to. Um, I don't know what he means, sorry. Airlift or heli? It's slow. I've never seen it not work. Heli's 8 add unit on already. Control Shift T. Yeah, like it's not like equality is good for defending, but it doesn't give you magic powers. Wars? Huh, how much does he have? If he has 2 helis full, that'd be pretty good. I don't think this is gonna be enough. Let's see, does he get the reinforcement? I told you about the control shift T. Yeah, there you go, man. Good. Good for you. He just wasted an entire stack from Rab, so that's good. Wonder how much is in Port Harcourt. I wonder how much they've explored too. Do they know that this is a big ring world? I guess Pakistan's probably blocked it off now. So, Cheese, if he went all the way up here, he might have had figured out, but I don't know. I think he's just out of luck now. Next European city is too far away. You did get his rubber though. That just cuts off the possibilities of special forces. Oh, transport play. I love it. Yeah, fuck up Vienna. Like, just have this threat on these 2 cities, and just dump a full transport. Like, just pull out all your units at home. He's not going to be thinking offensively right now. Especially if you know his res. I guess if you don't know his res, then maybe you're scared of getting helied yourself or reconned, but he can't recon you. He can't heli you. Oh, I guess he could fight or recon, but that's not going to be on his... He's not going to be like, oh, I'm going to build a fighter right now. No, he doesn't. He's not going to have a fighter. We could do an army check, though. Australia, just partisans. Where's the oil? Ah, maybe this is the one he's talking about. Going south, he must have spotted this, I guess. Yeah, so if you really want to get rid of this, units here, units here, units here, and then expand your border, like chain slave propaganda. And it seizes control of the airbase if you put it under your borders. Now they can just leave it and then come back and then it will take it. But if you have units here, 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 he can't get out, and so he loses the ability to use. It's your airbase, even if he's sitting on it. Weirdly. Nigeria on the Arabs. I guess he's got subs out. Go for Vienna. Tabuk would not be crazy. Like, if you have naval prior, go for Tabuk. But where was that oil that he saw? Keta, start of next turn with his power cruise. Does he have a... Is he order? I thought he was the, one of the tradition players. No, Carlot and Reptek are the tradition players. So he is order. For Keta. Drop it there. No, this is too telegraphed. Okay, speaking of telegraphed, you're going to get good trade. Takes, yeah. Well, didn't waste your shit at least. I was like, oh, he can see that, but he in fact did not have time to see that. Okay, good. Go for someone else. Go for Battleship, maybe. I don't think he even saw Australia, but he saw this, right? Yeah, he saw that city. He saw that he took the hut there. Do you have a 2-mover? I'm curious what we're seeing from Pakistan. God, please just do unit per. Oh my God, no, that doesn't. No, he does. Yeah, he'll get unit because he grows, and then he's got the offshore platform. Okay, so just drag click. Yeah. shit. Well, that worked. And the issue, like I said, you overextended yourself a bit. Obi's planting in your face. You got the mountain. Now you're going to have to hold this, but he can still, if he roads this, you're not going to be able to control that tile. In his land? No way. And then he could just take the tanks through here. If you have subs, then maybe you know he has tanks, but... Anyway, we should do the military. 2 tech subs from Australia. Just boats and partisans from Saudi Arabia. Lots of partisans, lots of drafts. You need to go for maybe some cathedrals and temples. 4 subs. This is a lot of subs here. 3 helis. That's an appropriate number of helis, I'd say. European Union. 2 nuke subs. Interesting. Very few units. 1 sub cruise. Well, he's gonna have to retake. 14 infantry. 20 units. 20 units across 5. That's 5 units per city. That's too many. That's more than you need. 3 is plenty. I guess he's got 1 here and 1 here. Yeah, please make sure you're guarding your. Do not lose these mountains. If you lose this mountain, God fucking help you. Like if he gets like infantry. God, yeah. Okay, I don't know if this is his fighter doing this. I don't know what's in the transport too. It's also kind of emptied out Milan. Now, Australia does have 2 attack subs. I wonder if he's going to scout this. Okay, just save the sub. Like, if you're going to pump cities this big, use them to slave sub cruises and then retake the city. Don't just let him chill. Oh my god, you're letting him get more in. Yeah, he can just unload manually. Yeah. No, it's too late. Like, I hope you have 2. You missed your window, man. The city's his. Congrats, you killed his frigate. Okay, so we have oil, or we have coal oil, that's battalion res. Not really working towards the rubber. Rubber would give Schnook. This is kind of fuck all. Landing Carlot. Good. That's gonna work if you land here, especially. And Kazan with the soft marker. Yeah, that gets sunk. Good. Okay, you got your sub. Like that's a good place to have a sub. These are 4 unrelated people, so I'm gonna have to watch both of these. Okay, boat died. Hope there wasn't too much in there. Well, at least we know where to focus now. So that's just a draft there, and drafts die fast. And that's relevant, right? It gives you less time to reinforce. I guess he has the sub, that's how he's... Wow! Holy shit, that was fast. Yeah, he doesn't actually have a lot of defensive bombard here. Like, yeah, he won 4 combats, lost a bunch. Yeah, I don't think either of these people are well suited to do well this game. Cheese has oil rubber. Oil rubber is fuck all. Now, if he has the... We know he knows how to deal with that. He's lucky, right? The barb actually just moved off that tile. Yeah, I don't like this because you're so vulnerable. Like you got this here. Plant this at least to like get some sense of continuity. Just as a quality, like having people like this close to your core cities is like fucking dicey. You can get your tiles bombarded. They can pick off your weak cities if they have vision. They can just straight up go into your land and pillage you. And you are quick at responding to attacks on your cities, but you're not really quick on responding to attacks on your tiles, right? Because if like someone starts going for the gems, you can't like airlift into the lead. It just goes into the city and then it runs out of moves. Milan. Okay. He attacks before... Thank you, Barbs. No, he holds. Close, but Battleship holds. That aluminum would be really good for him, too. At some point, cruising Palembang. No, dude. No, you let him build. You see the tanks? What are you going to do if you get Palembang? Nothing. Shit, well, you actually might get Palembang. Ikado be sleeping. Why would you attack with the fucking draft? Oh my god! Oh, at least put a radar tower down, man. Like, if you're gonna cruise, put a radar tower down. No, you shouldn't have. You got lucky as it was. And don't cruise one at a time. So move all your other units. Do B click W, B click W, B click W, B click W, and it will actually stagger the... Sorry, it won't stagger. It'll do the opposite of staggering. It'll actually batch the bombards together. Yeah, you should... Why didn't you just go for Keta, man? Like, you must know... Either you must have scouted one of these two people. You have to... Like, you got this explorer here, too. Scout someone. And you know what res that... You know he has no res. He actually had the boat here. What was this boat doing? Like, at least pop the hut if there's no settler in there. Was it like an empty boat that you just sent? Yeah, he's going to have issues with subs. Like, boat plays are fine for now, but he hasn't worked on hooking more res. Although I guess he has de facto control over the aluminum, but I don't know. So aluminum, iron is... In addition to the things that those res normally do, which is not a lot on... Nothing on land. Yeah, it produces no unique land units, either those two res or the combination, but you do get power cruises. And with power cruises, maybe you can make something happen here as order, because you have a lot of big cities to slave out of. No, you're going to get rolled here. Put 2 units on the mountains. You see the tanks? Man. Just 11, I guess. At least he didn't take shit trades with the like subcruising into Palembang. He didn't take bad trades. Yeah. Okay, but we can check the score situation right now. So in first place is Carlot. Wouldn't have been my pick, but it's him. Congrats, man. Second place right now is Reaver. And in third place, we have Rabdag, followed closely by Cheese, each with the plus 25 from these city takes. He is growing here. Okay, and he has found some res. Okay, that will give him RPGs. Reaver? Oh, it is size 1. Yeah. That would get you solidly into first place. Nigeria is... he just walk north? Like, you know he's got the transport there. Like, if he's got transports, he probably has subs. It's the same res, oil to oil. A lot of things different in modern, but not that. But yeah, so this will give him RPGs. RPGs plus power cruises. This is a good trio of res. I like this a lot. Oh, and aluminum Yura actually does a bunch of, like, two things. It does Aegis Cruiser, so he can get naval control. Of course, you could do nuke subs with just uranium. And it gives stealth fighters, which is actually really good into equality. Pretty good into everyone, actually. Yeah, if you have, like, I don't know if he has his power plant. As order, he probably went wartime before getting his power plant. I think it's size 12 if he just mines everything or implants some forests. He could probably do... It's a bit early. There's no airport there, actually. That's... Yeah. I wouldn't even stack attack that. One extra key press. Just numpad it. Click, click, click. 333. Yeah. Or Oz off. We'll say players' names for Carlot off of Reaver. So this causes problems for Reaver because he really needed that rubber to have, like, good res com. Not really, actually. No, he can do battalion right now. He'll be just fine with battalion. There's rubber here if he really needs it, and he has oil, so he can get subs. Oh, maybe he has some subs in the water. Let's have a check. Okay. More partisans. Despite losing a bunch of partisans, he has more partisans now. I think if he had just gone for transports onto... now, the issue with... Yeah, the army's pretty weak. This is fine. But the issue here is that this is on a hill and it's got the elite in it. This will hold you, right? Especially if there's, like, one for defensive bombard. This will hold you until you get the reinforces in by air. Oh, but he actually walks away here. That's good. I think he's got... Does USSR have bombers? He does. He's got 3 bombers. In this spot, I don't hate that. He quad border expand. Is this propaganda? It must be. He's been wartime for a while. He just... Was it the case that he just, like, he failed that cruise play? Like, I'm going crap propaganda in 4 cities because it's good. Propaganda, like, each of these cities, like, you get this fish now. That's good. And a ton of score. How much? He had 26? 23. Oof. No, you got to go around at this point. Like, everyone's got subs out. Like, come from the north, I guess. And RPGs from Carlot. Okay. So 652 plus 1 HP, 3 anti-air. They got Blitz. They got Radar. And they are draftable. Cool units. Cheese actually with the Insurgent here. But yeah, I like this from Cheese because he can build cities now. He actually propaganda in Keta? It must be propaganda. Yeah, like get artillery, get this unit at your land. Maybe hold these 2 tiles. And just focus on holding this. And I'd say with your 25 score, if you have a lot of space to pump. Also these random cities, yeah, you can probably put up a good easy second place and then maybe make a play for first, depending on how the map goes. Now here, retake. Like, if you have the option to retake, just retake. This isn't a teamer. Most people don't have Iron Domes. Most people don't have the res for Iron Dome. Iron Dome is the unit that counters cruise missiles. So yeah, just slave a ton of sub-cruises. Like, do what you did to Palembang against Keta. Like your best hope here is that you can just hold the tiles. Like you can just hold this as a narrow choke. You have a city on a hill here actually. Hold the mountains, especially this mountain here. One unit is not enough. If he cruises, he can just walk a unit right in. This is actually a huge liability. If he gets his tank stack here, he can go this way or he can go that way. And then you're in rough position because you're still within cruising range. And you know he's order, so you know he has those cruises. Hmm. 20 turns left already. Okay. Time flies. Okay, yeah, now you're just reinforcing piecemeal. This is because you're not getting the defensive bombard now. Like you're just walking him in and he's knocking him out. Now the hill does make this a little bit better. But yeah, now you like at that certain point you just start scrambling to find cities. Like fuck, what haven't I airlifted out of? And you have to like walk a unit to another city, and you don't even have roads, right? Yeah, so 25 G's off battleship. Battleship set up to take a clean last place here. Not great. Gee, Rab, sorry. 2023. I'm still doing that. They joined at about the same time. They don't have similar voices, but they're both Americans at least. They both got equally good, equally quickly. They do have different playstyles. Rab's more dynamic. Cheese is more of a macro guy. He's not afraid to go for plays, but Cheese plays very mid-rangey, and Rab is more dynamic. Like you saw this here, he was on 4 cities. He was behind. He was in one of the losing spots in this game. I'm gonna save in case we need to redo this. Yeah, he was in one of the losing spots in this game, and then he attacked his way out of it with just oil too. Oh, I guess he. Yeah, done. But yeah, 25 for Carlot. Are we gonna see the big pushes we want to see? No. Stop. And what's Karachi? There better be 5 units in Karachi. Okay, guys, literally, if you're watching, never, ever, ever, ever forget this again. If you are order, you get 5 free drafts. It is always worth it. You don't have unit support problems as order. 2 more drafts, 2 free drafts right now. Do it. Just do it. God. I also would plant this. At this point, you're down 1, but it's 20 turns left, right? You can afford to, like, it's inland. I guess you don't have... You probably have naval prio in this very narrow region. Or maybe that was the sub he was complaining about losing to. And it's on a hill, too. And you have infantry that can reinforce if needed. If you have, like, a couple partisans for defensive bombard and you run in the infantry, it's good. Like, the whole point of infantry, like, their stats are not that good given their cost. Given that they don't have defensive bombard, but they just give you more the ability to flex your defense. Why are you doing this without a worker? Just plant on the oil. Ah, God. Okay. Heli. If you have naval control, just boat them. Just build a transport. Don't fuck with helis. Helis are unreliable if you don't know this, that like there's a lag on between when you decide to airdrop and when it actually lands the unit, and that lag is inconsistent. So sometimes it'll be pretty quick, sometimes it'll be painfully slow, sometimes it just, with paratroopers at least, it won't land at all sometimes. I'm not sure about helicopters. I think they might be a little better. But you just can't count on a heli. So if like the timing of the play is crucial, like if they have like a very good defensive unit that they can reinforce, but you can catch them naked now, you want to use boats. Or even better, like amphibious assault. Okay. Still guarding this aluminum. Okay, he has secured the aluminum. Does he have any other res? Aluminum, that doesn't do shit for you. Like, Equality is notoriously bad at setting up cruise plays. Did he never build another worker? No, he built this one. God. Okay. He bombed this out, so at least, yeah, he's got battalions. Good. He knows the units he can get. Reaver had good early score, and that's carrying him right now. But he's liable to fall below someone like Obi. Yes, yeah. Oh yeah, it's good. Battalions are fucking sick. They just eat up. They're +5 bonus HP. They don't completely eat up cruise missiles, but they're good against cruise missiles. They're good at attacking into defensive bombard. They are actually kind of good against cruise missiles. Yeah. Or if you have enough other stuff. That's a lot. He got those both off at once, too. And he got the stack attack before the first one came in. Yeah, that's it. He's falling. Max 3 units. You can get this in, actually. I think he could have held if he was quick on that. Okay. 4 of these are at full health. If he has more ready to go, I don't know if he does, but if he does, he can just rinse and repeat. But man, I have to say, as weak of a target as Battleship is, Cheese has not rode in north at all. He hasn't even cleared these barbs, and he doesn't have. He could have RPGs for like if he brings it, bring the fucking worker in the boat, guys. Oh my god. If you put the worker in the boat as order, it's really because you can join the worker and slave something, or you can chop forests for. You can just instantly get the harbor, 10 shield harbor for Orber. That's one of the benefits you get. And then you could also road the res. Like you could plant off the res and then road the res. So you have more flexibility as to where you plant. Can't even plant the. You're down 0. I guess if you and Obi, yeah, that's very close. You and Obi. I would just fuck off, honestly. Unless you have. Yeah, no, like with the no worker, no, don't do it. Because he for sure has seen this. From here, you could probably see the outline of the border. Okay, so Obi is doing massive tank stack again. Only up to 17, actually. Interesting. Okay. Guard your mountains. Like, oh my god, that the only way you lose this if you like with the hill. Like I was a little miffed about this, like this angle, but you're attacking into a hill. Radar tower. He has the radar tower too. I do like the radar tower. That's good. The only way Obi can fuck you is by putting his stack here and then threatening to go to Karachi. Or like if just one tank goes here, he cuts your road from Lahore, which presumably has most of the units. Like you know he has aluminum, so you should be worried about him just insta blowing up your shit. But by the same measure, you should be worried about him blowing up your mount. Yeah, so hold the mountains. Put a bunch of units on the mountain, and that's always a good trade. Like vet infantry on mountain, 8-player game is not great, but certainly better than in city. Yeah, it should be fine actually. Oh, so the propaganda Hyderabad actually has taken tiles off of Palembang, which is good. And he actually does have the tier 3 border expands now. I don't know how early he got the propagandas, but it is a good call and it's paying off. Now, is he 100% turtle mode? No, he is stacking sub cruises. Yeah, and then the one power cruise. Yeah, if he, I don't know how much Cheese has. I would really like to be seeing the RPGs by now, because like with the interesting. Okay, yeah, that should work. Burke's better than you know. Like if you have a sub there and a boat, I know you have special forces from your tradition wonder, and special forces have amphibious assault. You could just take the naked city now. But okay. Anyway, Cheese is spread thin. I think the cruise play would actually work here. And Cheese doesn't have like a good way to get all these units in, right? He's not a quality. He doesn't have infantry for the Tomb of. He doesn't have tanks. Um, Aside from Rabdeg, he's probably the yeah. Him and Rabdeg are probably the least mobile players on the map right now. If you actually just walk to the oil, that'd be better. Yeah, you don't want to be gifting. I would, if I was him, I'd just be joining workers in Turtle, and you really overthought this, man. He probably gets both though. Yeah, that's a little early. But like, what can Rabdeg do? Like, he can't pull out of Vienna. He can draft. You gave him time to draft. Yeah, you walk in, you take leads, saving. Yeah, he can get 2 more units in here. Shit. Okay, well, I did get the save off. He's got 3 units there, so yeah. Okay, we're gonna reload this. Okay, we are back. Wow, that is a massive stack from Carlot. So, I guess he gets back in the boat, yeah. Oh, cheese, man. Cheese has got another thing coming from right now. I guess this is not a good turtle strat. I just keep on staring at this fucking mountain with 1 unit on it. Oh my lord. I think there's a library too in Palembang, Surabaya. We'll check. Let's see, Surabaya. Now keep in mind, a lot of these players got out of wars. Not... Okay, it is propaganda. And that helps for order, that helps a ton with score pumping. I guess for everybody, but especially... Kind of? No, everybody, I guess. But you do get double culture if you're out of war, and then you can build cultural buildings. Order can build their like propaganda in wartime, but it is like the best of the cultural buildings. I think Rabdeg's kind of just took the wind out of Rabdeg's sails. He could probably still 1 per turn subs and then contest naval prio into what is this airbase? Double heli. That should be a city. I guess. Oh no, I guess maybe no. Carlot has subs. Like you should know that Carlot has subs. Yeah, so Carlot could potentially see this right now. At the very least, he should like if he doesn't have a sub right nearby. If he had a sub at this place at any time in the game, then he would be able to see that there's an airbase there, and he's like, this is in range of Adelaide. Don't know if he. Yeah. We'll see if he's paying attention. He is a little distracted, and his units are other places. He's also doesn't have the biggest capacity to rebase his shit. Like he can pull the heli out of leads. That's it. Like if the heli's not loaded, there's no way he would have to load it up manually and then put it into Adelaide. Let's see how this goes. I like that Reaver's making a play. And these are the kind of plays you can make from home. Just like slowly gain space over players and then use the space. And he plants, okay. Does he have the rest for heli though? No, no heli, no Chinook. Oh, is he chaining I think he's chaining the boat for the worker? Or for the insurgent? Wait, he could probably just load... if he just guards all these tiles... Yeah, I don't think he can build Marines anymore. I think Marines are probably obsolete for him. In order to make sure that you draft the right unit in Modern, the upgrade paths are pretty aggressive. Like, units become outdated pretty quickly if you have other res and other tech options. Like, I don't know, like, RPG will... Marine upgrades an RPG. So if he can build RPGs, which he can't here, but you get the point, then you can't build Marine. So, and if he can't build Marine, he can't build SF, which he can't. I know he can't build SF. Then he cannot... If you put a unit on all these tiles, he can't land you. So that would be my go-to play as Cheese. Of course, he's a little bit split focus right now. I don't know. For Obi, like this is a maybe, right? And this is a sure thing. Like if you put enough tanks on that mountain, especially if you know the Arabs are not order or are not equality, like orders specifically, like at least if your tradition, like he can buy an airport near Adelaide, like if he knows it's coming a turn or two in advance, he could just like stack 6 tanks. If he doesn't like staring down an insurgent, just be like, okay, I'll get 6 more, and I'll get some power crews and I'll put them on this hill and cruise you from my hill. Oh, I guess that's something Obi could do. Sorry, if all of these were taken, he could just power cruise the mountain and take land on the mountain. EOT Reaver goes. I know who you are now. We're not doing it on anymore. You're really scared of getting king sniped? I guess your first place. That's not a complete fantasy. Wonder if it'd be better if put a spawn location around here. Yeah. Hey guys, welcome back. We're catching the reload now. We're about to see Reaver's exciting play onto the Carlot's city of Adelaide. Now, a take on Adelaide would shut down, shut the uranium off of Australia. Now, at this point, Control Shift M. Oil. Oh yeah, he already has actually another source of uranium. He could be doing tanks also without uranium. So by no means essential for him. Yeah, it gets tough to time the helis. Like I said, heli timing is really rough, and then if you do a reload, it like cuts the timer in half, but it goes half as fast. So it's really hard to estimate how far away the turn is from ending. So yeah. It's especially tough. Yeah, like you're gonna say it was like 39. That's not, but he can't do like he can't do anything about it. Like unless he has like a transport here. Arabic. Hmm. Yeah, it looks like he bought partisan. And these are really good into drafts. They just soak up the defensive bomb, but it looks like he has 3 drafts. Oh, he got the airlift in. I think with the buy, he actually holds here. This is kind of incredible from Reaver. He does have 1 more battalion. He can just attack again next turn, though. He didn't lose a single unit in that. Maybe 1? I don't know. Okay, Rab, because Rab has this entire ocean. This ocean is his playground right now. So he can land any city. Tabuk, kind of screaming out at me right now. Land me, land me. Borreda. Man, you're feeding Obi points, aren't you? It's okay. I think Obi might not be interested. I'm not even seeing the worker or the harbor yet, so I wonder what he's doing. We're now seeing battalion from Obi, but his res didn't get cut. I don't know why he didn't the battalion. I guess maybe to guard his king and cap. Also, random tile militia. The king had been in Surabaya. I think Bandung would be actually a good spot for it. Okay, now keep in mind, Carla does not, as far as I'm aware, have subcruise res or special forces res. All the special forces are coming from. Yeah, he doesn't have rubber. I don't think he does. Yeah, so all of the special forces are just coming from his wonder and his cat, like the small wonder traditions versus small wonder. So in modern, you get a round of wonders at ideology, and you get a round of wonders, so 1 per government. And this is the one for tradition. It's a cool thing. Not 2 gold per turn. It's actually 6 gold per turn now. It's really good. He's got the bombers in here. Bombing into RPGs. RPGs have an anti-air stat, right? They have 3 anti-air. That's what makes them RPGs. I think if he just helied his battalion into turn, that would have been pretty good. Now we do have a he really needs this oil, actually. So the oil for sub and for transport is like he cannot make a play without oil. There's this up here. And like I guess like he could do power cruise into Islamabad or Peshawar, but like thank you, OB. Okay, finally we see a second unit there. Oh my god. Whole game later. And he is planting cities. King is in his cap. He's gonna cruise him. Happens. I guess that doesn't matter then. Okay. Okay, and we're back after another reload. Yep, so Zdat got the kill, cruised 6 times, he said, into Reaver's capital. There was 1 battalion and his king there. Reaver was a little upset because he was having the bug here and he was communicating me about the bug. It's a difficult situation because, like, if we just let him reload, like, knowing that he's going to get cruised, of course he's going to fucking hold, and that's needlessly punishing to Zdat. Yeah. And there's absolutely no guarantee that he would have been any better at spotting. Like, if it wasn't for the bug, if he would have been any better at spotting the cruises here. But reloading 100% would make you better at spotting the cruises. So, yeah. And Carlot says he would have held Adelaide. He says he's got 3 helis to reinforce and 5 RPGs there too. Yeah. Like, if it was a teamer and like, Reaver had been talking to Tuesdaties about the, like, in all chat or something about the bug, and then he got his cities taken. This has happened to me, and it's really pissed me off before. Okay, yeah, he just takes the mountain. Good. Yeah, you're fucked now. You are fucked. You're so fucked. And you just actually gave away that you've been building a bunch of units. Or building a bunch of units and you dropped them into the fucking ocean. So yeah, good luck with this one. He's getting cruised. No, just go for Hyderabad. Like, there should be walls. This is a mistake that he doesn't have walls in Hyderabad. Cruise this. Move 1 onto the forest. Yeah, 1 on the forest. Now, the radar tower will stay, which is good. Oh, he doesn't even need to. Good luck, man. If you actually got a stack move in there, this actually might be holdable, because he didn't cut the road to the forest. Depends how many partisans are in there. You cruising? No. Like, now, if you got like a stack move from Karachi before, you should have really just stack moved from Karachi. Like, you knew the cruises were coming. You 100% should know cruises are coming. This, a vet. I think he holds here, actually. Wow. No, he just barely. Okay, OB25 off is that. Oh, well, of course. Oof. Yeah, that's right. Like, yeah, if you got like 12 turns, you got to hold this 12 turns. Good luck, man. You're gonna draft these 2 cities. Even Lahore. Like, if he attacks Lahore, you're in good shape. Try to cut his roads too. Come in, pillage, and then end of, like, if you can end of turn, grab this and pillage. I would just grab this, like, just to shut down the potential, because right now he could go for Falsabad. And with this, I guess he could go for Peshawar, but this is easier to wall off. Like, just these 2. Yeah, he could still weave. That'd be dicey though. I wouldn't go for that if I was OB. Like, if this road is cut, he could go wee up to Peshawar. Yeah. Okay, well, Cheese was really lucky there. Now Rabdag's gonna get all his helis in. Rabdag, there's actually no border between Carla. Like, despite the fact they killed the same person, there's no direct border between the two. This is potentially full. Yeah. Now, if I think Obi's gonna wait. Like, he has the mountains now. This is a little awkward because he can't get new units in easily. Like, he's gonna get the road. 6-player game. I don't think Rab can cruise this out. Or sorry, I don't think Zdat can cruise this out. So I think Zdatis is his best bet right now. He just needs to hold for however many. Like Griever's +0. USSR is, yeah. I think you can close the gap here. Now I wonder if anyone will detect, like if Zdat will detect and will like think maybe he can go for Keta. If Cheese has seen this, like he knows Obi's been building all game. If I was Cheese, I would be leaving Keta pretty nearly empty. Especially once Carlot lands. When Carlot lands, that's the alternative is there's no way he'd go for a stack attack here because he knows that his dad is generally turtling and he's already has this point of pressure. And he still does not have two movers. Where are the RPGs? Okay, oh, there's one here. He's had RPGs for a while. He actually cut the aluminum, but you're gonna lose to Mum. You need them in every city. Like this is a liability. Okay, Rabdag is playing for score. So Rabdag's up 75. So Rabdag is actually comfortably over Obi. I think Obi could take one more city and then Rab would still be above him. I'm not sure if Sarab's going to get one more here. Like the obvious target over here is gone. If he goes around north, he can maybe go for Brisbane. Revenge for the show match. I don't remember the show. Was that on stream? What were those games? Okay. The hell? Why do? Oh, that's a lot of helis. Holy shit. Oh man, you're fucked. You're going down too right now. And Rab, sensing blood in the water. He sees this. Yeah, he sees this. He just pulls everything out and goes for Mecha. He's gonna die. I better start saving quick. I think I would try to hold Jeddah if I was Cheese. You could still maybe place above Zdat. Okay. But now, like this, you get hit with this big stack. Like if you have not, you're down 3, man. Rab. Carlot. Okay. So let's talk about the implications for the tourney. So a few people here, like Cheese is not playing for stakes in the tourney. It's a ladder game to him, so he still cares. He doesn't want to tank his rating. Oh, okay, wow. He just was not quick enough on the draw. Okay, so that's another. Rab could even potentially contest. No. Rab is up 125. He would need to close a 20-point gap. That's doable, actually. But he's dealing with this. I think you got that, Rab. Who got it? Oh, shit. Wow, looks like he held here. Well, either way. I think, like, the placements here are pretty much set in stone. Even if Zdati's die, If Zdatis died right now, I don't think he'd place above Cheese. Cheese is only up 25, but so is Dad. Yeah. So he needs to hang out 5 more turns or something. Just existing the score on the map while Cheese decays, and that should be enough. Now, letting these roads get cut, that's a lie. What the... Like, this got pillaged, this got artillery. Yeah, I didn't even think about... Like, when I was saying what kind of defensive formation, I guess he was like, okay, if he overextends to go for Peshawar, that's a dumb move. He needs to consult... Like, then he'd have 2 cities I could target. And he doesn't know that I don't have a bunch of cruises. Hey, no kill bug. Nice. This is not gonna work. He's got more than you can imagine, dude. That's not even an effective way to cut. No, you're just gonna lose 2 cities now, man. Now, can Rab get better units? I think he gets SF now. He has. Does he not have aluminum? He doesn't have aluminum. Okay, and he has not colonied that. He's not a quality here. He's just deciding not to road in this direction. Fun. Okay. Now he's attacking into... I think he actually won that combat. That he lost. Okay. Yeah, let's see what Obi's down to. 10 Bradley. Yeah, like it looks like Obi didn't really do anything of note. He's down to 10 Bradley's. Islamabad's a little weak, but he should be drafting, double drafting it, like, unless it's like costing him the per turn on the even partisans would do at this point. Order's gonna struggle to get like too much to the front. Pakistan and Australia? Must be subs fighting subs. That's safe though. Although I think like 2 cruises could snipe that. So if you like got if you steal the plans, I think that would work. Just snipe. You'd have to see it pretty quickly. Although big clump of units in the middle of the tundra. What else would that be? Really guarding your workers? No, that is you're guarding your king. So the reason people do this, they put this in just a random tile, is that people commonly investigate cities. It's relatively cheap. Like if you can guess, like, let's say for his dad right now, like you know he would not be keeping his king in Peshawar or in Faisalabad, and then probably Faisalabad, and probably not in Lahori too. So it could be in Lahori if it got stuck there. Like you wouldn't be able to run it. But it's probably in one of these 2 cities, right? So the idea would be you just investigate these 2 cities, and that's cheaper than stealing their plans. And then they don't get a notification. Like if you lose your plans, you get notified. He can draft out of Islamabad and put him in Lahore. Yeah. This looks safe. With the radar tower, he could also counterattack into these tanks. Now, I hope he has artillery. Like 1 or 2 artillery, like in these like situations where like he's attacking you over and over again. It goes a long way. No, you really should have cut this. Like even if you're down 1 infantry at this point, 1 draft. Right now, like all of this he could just dump it into Faisalabad. He could just let you have Hyderabad or take these tanks and put them there. Oh, he actually is going for the counterattack. I would just attack with the vet, honestly. I really hope you didn't attack with the vet just there. Okay, yeah, that's... Now, at this point, you're seeing the advantage of Obi's position, where he can just move everything to the front. I guess because he's behind. Now, Rab is up 100. Using the transport for the reinforce. I think he should just pick one of those cities and, like, you're down nothing, Rab. And Carlot, I guess it depends if you're trying to if you're trying to catch Carlot, then yeah, I guess it makes sense to try to hold both. Wow, that's low. Um, if he can heli stuff in, he could maybe hold. Anyway, in terms of turning implications, I think Reaver has not done horribly in any of these games, but he's been a bit of a bust in this tourney. He hasn't managed to place better than like fifth, I think. Yeah, I think he was fifth. Here he's sixth, and before he was seventh in actually one of the games. So he will not be making playoffs, sadly. Somehow seventh, and I think everyone else might be pumping score in wartime. I don't know. That's a good question, man. I don't know what the answer to that question is. He's just drafting over. He's down to size not 7 in Canberra. Huh. I guess maybe he wants the yeah. Rad Maggie wants the border expands. It looks like Rab's gonna lose 2 cities. Yeah, you're fucked. You you underestimated how much shit Carlon had. Okay, you gotta hold your radar towers, man. You gotta hold your roads. It's tough because you just get mowed down by these tanks on flat road. But I would at least put one here on the Oasis. Yeah, I guess this, and then if he sends a stack of tanks, just like have a stack of units selected EOT. Okay, let's do 11 infantry. Not much. At this point, I would disband those nuke subs. Yeah. Yeah, this is gonna fall. So Karlok gets another. Rab. But Karlot actually still is or there's a very real chance that Rabdak goes for Statis here. Now, one thing I'll say with this performance right here. Oh no, this is not Statis' qualifying game actually. If this was his qualifying game, this would make him to playoffs, no doubt. But that wasn't the case here. So he still has to get like fifth or something in one last game to clinch. Extra points does Rab have? 100. Now there's an interesting thing going on here that Zatis' goal is just to live. Like Zatis' goal should really be to slave down his cities just to live in order to place ahead of Cheese. As soon as he sees himself ahead of Cheese, doesn't matter. They both have the same amount of yeah. Like if one player has like 100 score off city takes and then the other player has 0 and it's mostly off cities, then the player who got their score from their cities will decay faster than the city takes because those don't ever decay. But in this case, it's the same. Okay, good. Yeah, guard your radar tower. Slinging Peshawar. Yeah, you should have had a road there. And now this is fucked because you can't reinforce Lahore. I could go for a transport, like a troop transport, like a galleon. Yeah, I'd probably do that. Focus on defending these 3 cities. Now that he has this isolated, this is like an logical target with the power cruises coming in. Then you can rotate from Hyderabad. I just don't think there's much in Hyderabad, and you would see if more moved into Hyderabad. So I think you could assume that there's not enough in Hyderabad to take out any of these cities or to threaten them at least, right? Because you could just leave them empty because you think, oh, he's going for Lahore, and so it might be the case, but he's not going to think that he can really threaten this. No, no, he's dead. Yeah. So I would actually do the troop transport in Islamabad if you can one per turn it. We'll see what he has. Got insurgent. Don't do insurgent. Oh, God. Do defense partisan for defensive bombard, or do even I guess skirmisher. It's not. I wouldn't hate because at least you can counterattack into the tanks. Oh, I guess insurgent is good, like in scrappier situations for cleaning up the tanks. Insurgent in the tank is actually pretty good. But yeah, he's kept the size 7, which is not a bad play. Yeah, well, like he's just gonna take kill with the tank and then walk away. You don't have enough. Um, gonna draft. At this point, I would draft. Oh, interesting. He's got more partisans underneath. Draft, dude. You actually draft partisans. That's good. Draft. I guess if he has a lot of drafts right now, is this? Can this fire? Did he forget to fire this? Holy shit! You're gonna lose the city. Just draft. Like you should have disbanded your nuke subs. God. Okay. Well, you're giving him an extra pop, and now he can fucking slave out a power cruise. So, yeah. So this gives Rab extra incentive to kill Zdatis, because if Rab kills Zdatis, then that's less. Not only is it more points for Rab, but it is less points for Obi to take off Zdatis. And right now, this is like the. I assume that he's cleared cheese. Let's see this. USSR. Was USSR actually ahead of cheese? Oh, this is close. But cheese has the points from the city take. No, you won't. No, one more turn. Oh wait, no, it's 28-point diff. Yeah. You can just draft it in Islamabad. What are you doing? Like, I'd even cut. Yeah, you have the happiness for it. You have the citizens for it. Yeah, just double draft and then do partisan. Pack into turn, Hellion Trines. That was not the best executed play I've ever seen. Heli? Oh, okay, good. It'd be ironic if he. I think Obi's not in. No, you split your focus too much, man. If he just like did one, if he just put everything in the transport and did a clean end of turn move, I think he holds, or he takes Peshawar. But setting up both plays, just yeah, or like do something where you cut the road here. Rough, and now you like kill defenders that could be used to hold off Obi. I think actually that would have held Obi until like long enough to pass cheese. Maybe not in the long run, but long enough for you to set up a better play than that. Man, he's you're car. I okay. Ironically, Carlot actually may save Rab here. Like Rab, oh my God, if you just gave him these cities, I guess if you give him these cities, then maybe he goes for you. But he doesn't really have any incentive to go for anyone right now. Like he's in very firmly in first place. He's up 125, 150. Yeah, so he's very firmly in first place. Zdak will lose 2 more cities to Obi, and then Carlot would still be up 70 points. Indonesia declared war on Australia. Oh. I guess he's got subs. Draft! Draft in Islam. Like, you grow faster if you do draft. Hold it, man. Skirm. That's what the skirm's for. What else is the skirm for, if not that? Don't let him get on your mountain, man. Whatever. 1 per turn infantry is nothing to sneeze at in cap. And he's probably like 1 per turning, at least 1 per 2 turning the something in second city. Let's see Karachi. I don't know if he's about to die or something, but maybe this got blocked. He should be 1 per turning militia. If he 1 per turn militia with some defensive bombard, I think he and radar bonus, yeah, he should hold. I don't know. Obi's gonna dump everything on. Like he should have pulled out the battalions by now. I guess maybe he thinks he's gonna get land. Like who's gonna land him though? Like anyone else who wants points would have an easier time going for his dad. And the only person who right now who can catch Obi is his dad himself. Yeah, and his dad's not gonna land you. You know that. Okay, this I like to see. Yeah. Full transport, 12 units, put it in 1 tile. And he should slave. Or do walls. Walls in these 2 cities and slave. Slave them down to size 1 if you need to. Like, you just need to pass cheese here, right? Saudi, USSR. Pakistan, 14-point diff. I think he's probably closing probably 2 per turn or something like that. Or sorry, in 2 turns I think he should overtake cheese. I guess the Reaver kill at least secured him position above Reaver, but I feel like taking the city off cheese would have been. Oh, that's not a retake though. Or sorry, that's a retake. You don't get points. Still, it stabilizes you. Yeah, I guess this would give him points, and then this would not. But you have to like, have you not like you had a fighter, right? Like get it if you don't know what Obi's on, like you know he's been building all game. If you don't know what unit he's on, recon him and see. Probably should not have spoiled that to everyone. I guess he's probably just asking me. Oh yeah, yeah. Sorry for the misinformation. Okay, yeah. I guess just like running some units. Um with this. I don't know what you've scouted, man, but that's not next turn. That's more like it, but that is not next turn. Okay. That actually could make it, but don't do like end of the game is like for if you're trying to win. Why are you just holding this random trying to hold this random tile? That's bad. Fight in your cities where you have defensive bonus. Like if you're gonna fight in your land, at least you have the radar tower. Use defensive bombard. Yeah, now he's I think actually he holds this. Oh, but his shit's cut. Now he's gonna get cruised? Yeah. He did clean up Rab somehow. I don't know how. But yeah, you got elite stuff from going from Islamabad. This holds. Oh, he's actually naked in Lahore, so that's what he has left. Draft? Holy shit, stat! You press the draft button! Free unit, no leg! Oh my god. Okay, yeah. Oh, still losing shit. Okay. I think he passes cheese with this. But he actually might die to Carlot. But it doesn't matter. Like, I guess, like, if you... Not really. How the... You got a unit here! Put it in the city! Draft! Holy sh... Zdatis, you have the ability to draft! What are you doing? Oh my god. Okay, transport. Hungary around the corner. Okay, you draft in Islamabad. Draft twice. Order can draft twice. Draft Karachi down to 7. Islamabad twice per turn. And with a fresh round of defensive bombard, you should be in good shape. Is that Marines? Holy shit. If he could get something in here, he can go look. No, he can't. There's nothing he can target, actually. Because special forces, they get double movement, but not over rough terrain. Sorry, not over specifically mountains. Any other terrain, marsh, jungle, hill, forest, what have you. Double moves, but not over mountains. But if he's desperate, he can end of turn. That was a smart play. What can you say? And, like, this is a good city to get. Like, this shuts him down. This cuts off the attack. Like any tanks, I have to go through Palembang first. Yeah, we can doubles that. How much is in there? You even have the rate. Like, these can see 2 tile in any direction. You can't see the city. I think that this stack will certainly take Islamabad. Just not unloading the transport. I love this. Like, not showing how much he has in there. That could be 12 units in that transport. Or there could be fuck all. Got a militia. And you can heli in. Yeah, he's probably helling everything in. So if he gets a few cities, he could not catch up with Wait. Carlot's up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Was it 7 here? Yeah, almost 200, like just short of 600, and Rab would need like eight takes. Yeah, Rab's not going to catch. He can stop Obi from catching him. Then yes, yeah. I hope people know that. Good. This is a excellent game from Carlot. I like how he played this. Early score lead. Securing res. Going for helis. Who's going to die first? Which city will die first? Okay, I think they can call on this. I'm going to ask them if they want to call. Okay. Anyway, I think 1 turn left. I'm not going to reload with the mic on, even if they make me reload. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. This one was definitely very action-packed. Very excellent showcase of what modern Cton could be like. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys for Game 5.